Good morning. Alright, today's lesson is on compound interest. Okay, I believe in lower sec you would have learned what is simple interest. Okay, so this is the formula for simple interest. You would have learned this either in sec 1 or sec 2. The formula is P times R times T over 100. Okay, so in this case P would be the principal amount. Okay, that means the original amount that you deposit or the original amount that you borrow from the bank, okay, or any other organization. Okay, so this is what we mean by P. Now R would be the interest rate. Okay, and time will actually be the T will be actually the time. Okay, so time could be in years, it could be in months. Some questions can also be in days. Alright, but usually this kind of questions is years. Alright, so the amount of money that you deposit, how many years do you deposit? Alright, or how many years do you take to return back the loan? Alright, so that is T in this case. Okay, so for this topic, okay, we are going to learn something that is new, compound interest. Okay, now let's see this. All right, Shufan wants to place $1,000 in a bank as a fixed deposit for 3 years. Okay, so let's look at this. $1,000 fixed deposit. All right, okay, 3 years. Okay, so I would think that $1,000 is actually the principal amount, and 3 years, 3 is actually the time, all right, that she wants to put in. Okay, and bank A offers simple interest, which what we have done here, and bank B offers an interest rate of 2%. Okay, but the percentage interest rate is the same, but compounded yearly. Now let's see what it means by compounded yearly in a while. Now for the first part, for bank A, let's see after 3 years how much of money she's going to get. Okay, for the first year, okay, times 2%, okay, her interest is $20. Okay, her interest is $20. So I add to the original amount at the end of 1 year, or rather the end of first year. Okay, she will have $1,020. Again, in year 2, all right, or the second year, I will times 2% to the $1,000. I will again get $20. Okay, so originally now we had $1,020. So now we add another $20 more. Okay, so that's the interest. Okay, 1,040, and we do the same thing again. All right, we take the original amount, I times by 2%, and I will get another 20. Okay, so originally I had $1,000 and $1,040 plus another 20, so I get this. Okay, sorry, 60, not 80. All right, so you may be thinking, why am I doing year by year? Okay, this is just for comparison. Okay, so of course, if I use the simple interest formula, P times R times T over 100, I will also get the same answer. Okay, interest equals to okay, yeah, interest equals to, so P in this case is $1,000, the interest rate is 2, the time that she wanted to put in is 3 years, and I divide by 100%. Okay, so I will also get $60. Okay, so at the end of the 3 years, right, she will get $1,000 plus $60. Okay, so the interest she earned was actually $60. So this will be the amount of money that is in her bank after 3 years if she uses or chooses bank A, which gives simple interest. Now let's see what happens in compound interest. Okay, in compound interest, your principal amount changes every year. Okay, so what happens? Okay, let's say you put in this $1,000. Okay, for the first year, I give you 2% of that $1,000. So I earn 20. All right, $20 of interest for the first year. So at the end of the first year, I get this. But what happened for the second year? Instead of taking the original amount, all right, which was $1,000, I now want to give you the interest based on whatever that's left over in your bank. So now I have $1,020. So I will give you 2% of this $1,020. Okay, I won't go back to the original amount. Okay, so this is what I mean by compounded. All right, that means I add up, all right, and I will give you percentage based on the new amount. Then the following year, also same thing. Okay, I add up whatever I have at the end of the year. The following year, I give you interest based on the whatever amount that's left in your bank. Okay, so let's see what happens in the second year. Okay, so second year, okay, I need to do calculation. I give you some time to do calculation. Okay, you all do 1,020 times 2%. Okay, so I get $20.40. Okay, which means to say at the end of the second year, okay, this person has $1,040.40. If you see, all right, if you compare, at the end of the second year, if I chose bank A, I only got 1,040. But if I choose bank B, I got 1,040.4. It's a 40 cents more. I mean, it might not seem more, but it is definitely more, 40 cents more than bank A. Okay, some of y'all might think, only 40 cents, what's the big deal? But let's see what happens the third year. So now I'm going to compound my principal value, right? The principal amount is going to be this, because this is what is left over in my bank. All right, it's left. Okay, this is what I accumulated. So I will charge my interest based on this amount. Okay, so all of you all take your calculator and then you do your calculation. Okay, times 2, then you divide by 100. Okay, I get $20.80. Of course, that's an 8 lah. But money return is 2 decimal place. So if I add them together, okay, I put it as 81 cents. So if I calculate them together, sum it up, okay, I am definitely getting more in bank B compared to bank A. Okay, so then imagine what will happen when the years goes by. All right, 3 years you don't see that much of difference, but how about 10 years? Do you think the difference will be big? Yes. Why? Because your principal amount keeps on changing. It keeps on increasing. All right, even though the interest rate is the same, all right, but your principal amount keeps on changing. It keeps on increasing. Definitely you will earn more than simple interest. Okay, so do both bank give the same interest? All right, no, right? So you can just write down here no. All right, bank B earns, all right, $1.21 more. Okay, so then what is the formula for compound interest? Okay, so the formula for compound interest is, give me a minute. Okay, write this down. Okay, it's going to be sorry. Alright. Okay, so this is the formula. Now I'll tell you what each thing stands for. Okay, each alphabet stands for. P is definitely the principal amount. R percent, all right, or rather R is the interest rate per annum. Okay, and N is the number of years. All right. This formula, we will take it for compounded yearly. All right. Of course, there are also banks that will compound monthly. Okay, we will see to that later on. Then what does this A stands for? Now, A is actually the total amount. Okay, that means what are you going to receive at the end of n number of years? All right, so this is actually principal amount plus all the interest that you earn over the years. Okay, so principal amount plus interest will be the total amount. So this formula does not calculate interest alone. It calculates the total amount. Whereas this simple interest formula calculates the interest itself. Alright, so there's a difference. Simple interest calculates the interest itself. Compound interest formula, it calculates the total amount. That means your original amount plus whatever interest that you earn. Alright, or whatever interest that you incur. Okay, so now let's go on to the next page. Okay, now yours will be blank. I've written down the question. So for every question that I go through, you just pause and you write down the question before you look at the working. So the first question, find the compound interest, okay, on $3,000 for 4 years at 5%. Now let's see what is the information given to us. $3,000 is definitely the principal amount. 4 years is N. Alright, and 5% is R. Okay, reminding ourselves, I'm going to write the formula here quite big. Okay, so we have P, we have R, we have N. What we are looking for is actually the A. Now, of course, A is not the answer. You need to minus away the principal amount to find the compound interest, because they are asking you for the compound interest. Okay, so let's do the question. So A equals to, now my principal amount is $3,000. My interest rate is 5, so 5 over 100. 5% is 5 over 100, right? And N is 4. Okay, so you calculate this. All right, give you a moment to calculate, because I also need to calculate. Okay, if you key this into the calculator carefully with all the brackets, your answer will be 3646.51875. Never mind, okay, just write all the decimal place that you see. But this is the total amount. Remember, this is the total amount. That means this includes the principal amount. So how am I just to go and find compound interest? So the compound interest itself will be this, all right, minus away the principal amount, which will give me this. Okay, so money will be 2 decimal place, so I'll put it as 52. All right, corrected to 2 dp. So that's your answer. All right, that's your answer. Okay, so I can let you pause and you can write down everything. If not, you can rewind and listen again. Okay, if not, I'm moving on to the next question. Find the compound interest on $1,500 for 2 years, all right, at 2%. Okay, so let's look at what is given to us. Okay, 1,500 will definitely be the principal amount, 2 years will be the N, and 2% will be the R. Okay, and they say it's the 2% per. Okay, first of all, you must understand what is annum. Sorry, I didn't also tell you what is annum. Annum means year, that means per year. All right, per year. Okay, so they have asked you two parts for this. So one, what will be the interest if it's compounded annually? Okay, that means after every year, I see what is the what's the amount in your bank at the end. Then the following year, I will give you interest based on what is available in the bank. Okay, then the other one is compounded monthly. All right, compounded monthly. So I will look at every month. Okay, so January, let's say you have $400. Okay, so February, I will give you 2% of the $400. Okay, then I will add up everything. February, whatever is left there, maybe $402 or 400 something dollars, I will give you 2% of whatever that is inside the bank. And then you will follow on for all the months. Okay, now don't worry too much about that monthly. Let's do the annually one first. Okay, that one's quite clear cut. Okay, formula again. Okay, principal amount is 1,500. Okay, so formula is here. Okay, refer to this formula. Okay, 1 plus my interest rate is 2, so 2/100, and my N is 2. All right, so you calculate this. Okay, so this will give you the total amount. Okay, okay, so I get 1,560.60. Okay, so this is the total amount. But if I want what is the interest only, or rather, let's be clear, what's the compound interest? Okay, that would be 1,560. Okay, minus away 1,500, and that gives me $60.60. So that's the compound interest. Okay, that means after 2 years, that's the interest that I will get if it is compounded yearly. Okay, so what happens? Okay, so this is part 1. Now what happens if it's going to be compounded monthly? Same formula. Okay, but what is going to change, all right, is the interest rate and the number of and the N. All right, now this 2%, okay, this 2% is for 1 year. That means it's for 12 months. Okay, so if you do proportion, 12 months is 2%. 1 month, all right, will be 2/12. Okay, percent, which is 1/6. Okay, because I cannot give you a 2% monthly, then everybody will go for monthly compound interest, right? So if the bank decides to compound monthly, they will split the 2% into 12 parts. Okay, they will split the 2% into 12 parts because this 2% is for per year, per annum. So if I want to look for 1 month, per month, then I have to divide by 12. All right, so that's how I get 1/6%. Okay, then I will include here, so that I'll put my R as 1/6. Okay, never mind, fraction over fraction is okay. Okay, then how about the N? All right, how about the N? Okay, when it's yearly, it's very clear cut, 2 years. But here, they are going to compound monthly. So your N will change. So how many times are they going to put this interest for you? So 1 year got 12 months, right? 2 years got 24 months. So every there's 24 months, right? Every month they will pay you 1/6% of interest. All right, so it is 24. You may think that, why go the hassle? Wouldn't the answer be the same? I don't know. Let's check whether the answer is the same. Okay. Okay, so you key this into your calculator very carefully, especially the fraction over fraction. Okay, you also key it in now. Or you want to use percentage also can, percentage sign. I strongly do not recommend you using the percentage sign in the calculator. Okay, so my answer here is actually $1,561.16. If you look at it, I compound it monthly, I actually get a little bit more. All right, a little bit more. So you calculate the compound interest. Okay, I take the total amount, I take away the original principal amount, which will give me $61.16, which is more than $60.16. Okay. So definitely compounding monthly will be better, even though your interest rate is small. Okay, but you are compounding it more times compared to the yearly one. Okay, so remember, if it's going to be compounded monthly, your interest rate you need to divide, all right, by the number of months, and your n, all right, your n you need to multiply by the number of months. Okay. Okay, so you can rewind and look at this example again. If not, you can pause and write down the complete working. If not, I am moving on to the third question. Vani places $4,000 in a bank as a fixed deposit for 4 years. Okay, so you have some information given. $4,000 is the principal amount. 4 years is the time. Okay. The bank offers an interest rate compounded yearly, so we know that it's compound interest, is not simple interest. At the end of the 4 years, she receives a total of $4,502.04. Okay, so what is this? Is this the interest rate? No. Is this the principal amount? No. This is actually the total amount. All right, that means after the 4 years, this is what she's going to get. So our job is actually to find out what is R. All right, our job is to find out what is R. Okay, so let's write down the formula again. Okay, so let's write down the formula. Okay. Principal amount, all right, times 1 plus R over 100 to the power of n. Okay, now your principal amount is what? $4,000. Your interest rate is what I need to find out, so I leave it R over 100. And n is actually 4 years, right? And I also have the information for 4,500. Sorry, I also have the information for A. All right, I have the information for A. Okay, so plugging in all this value for now is just algebra. Okay, the first thing I will remove is I'll bring my 4,000 down first. Okay, it's a divide because it's connected by times here. So I will divide first, and that will give me this. Okay, so 4502.04 divided by 4,000. Okay, I get an answer of 1.12551, and that is equals to 1 plus R over 100 to the power of 4. Okay, now I need to move my power 4 to this side. Okay, remember, you got power 2, you move over, become square root. You got power 3, you move over, become cube root. So now I got power 4. We already learned fourth root in the previous subtopic. Okay, So if I want to bring over my power 4, it will become the fourth root. It will become the fourth root of 1.12551. Okay, so in your calculator, how am I going to do fourth root? Okay, you press shift X, the square button. Okay, there's a white square. Okay, it's beside the X square button. Alright, on the right side of the X square button. So shift X white box. Okay, then you can press 4 in the small box and 1.12551. Okay, please practice your calculator. If not, in exam, you will not know how to do. Okay, I get this answer. Okay, I got 4 zeros. Okay, 272. Okay, do not round off way much earlier. Okay, of course you want to truncate up to here, that's fine. Okay, but do not round off too early in the working. Okay, now I'll bring my 1 over to subtract. Okay, when I subtract 1.03 minus away 1, I'm going to get 0.03. Okay, equals to this. Then bring over my 100 to multiply. Okay, and I'll get 3.000. Okay, I think it's enough already lah, because your interest rate will be 3SF. Okay, so your interest rate is actually 3%. Okay, so this is how you do the working. Alright. Okay, so you can either pause and write down or rewind and listen to this example again. Okay, any questions, note down by the side. When we come back to school, we will clarify. Okay, so I am going to do these two questions. This last question will be your homework, okay, plus your practice 3. Okay, plus your practice 3. Okay, all this will be then due on Monday. Okay, so this question first, O-level question. Okay, 2015. John visits his brother in UK. By the way, this is part of a bigger question. Okay, so in paper 2, usually one of the question will be like all the mathematics in practical situation. So they can ask you about interest rate, hire purchase, currency exchange. So one of the questions surely got many parts, like let's say 5 parts to it. So one of the part, okay, for 2015 question was this compound interest question. Okay, John visits his brother in UK. To pay for the flight, he borrows 1,500 for 3 years at compound interest of 7.5% per year. So I'm given the principal P, I'm given the time, which is N. Okay, I'm not going to use T. And I'm given the interest rate. Alright, calculate how much interest John will pay on the loan. Interest only, they only want the interest. Give your answer correct to nearest cent. Okay, nearest cent means 2 dp. Please write this down. If they say nearest 10 cent, then your answer should be either 20, 30, 40, 50 like that. Nearest dollar, then no decimal place. Okay, so let's do the question. Firstly, formula. Okay, you must remember the formula. Principal amount is this. Interest rate is this. 3 years is this. Okay, so let's calculate 1,500 times 1 plus 7.5 over 100 to the power of 3. Okay, so I get 1863.445313. Okay, it's just my habit to write down everything that I see on the calculator. For you, you can write down up to maybe 4 decimal place, because in the end our answer is going to be up to 2 decimal place. So up to 4 decimal place is safe. Okay, you will not you will not affect the accuracy. Okay. So after this, my one more step will be, what is my interest? Okay, what's the interest? So the interest, yeah, wrong spelling. Okay, no, correct spelling. What am I doing? Okay, interest. Take the original amount. Take the total amount. You minus away the original amount. Okay, and what is my answer? Okay, my answer is $363.44. Okay, 44.53. Okay, so I want it to be 2 dp, right? So 2 dp means 4.5. Okay, so don't put 2 dp, put nearest cent. Alright, and 3 marks. No, now let's just see where your mark allocation is. Okay, you put in everything nicely, right? You substitute all the correct value is 1 mark. Alright, and you subtract away is another mark. Okay, and then finally your answer mark. Okay, so these are the things that you will have. So let's say you got this step correct, but somehow in your calculator, this answer was wrong. And you use this answer to do the next part. Now they will still give you the method mark, because why? We are looking to see whether you understand that you must minus away the original amount. So if they see that you are minusing away the original amount to whatever wrong value it might be here, okay, you will still get the method mark. Alright, but of course you will lose the accuracy mark here lah. Okay, we cannot give you the full marks. Okay, so next question. Okay, a bank offers a saving account with a rate of compound interest of 2.35% per year. Okay, so interest rate, all right, R, can invest 6,500. So this is the principal amount. He leaves the money in the account for 6 years. So this is the N. Calculate the total amount of interest he has earned after 6 years. So they want total amount of interest. Don't get confused. See, they are very tricky. They like to use word total amount, but they want the total amount of interest. You understand now? So don't get tricked by this. Okay, and then they want it to be nearest cent. So my answer must be in 2 dp. Okay, so you make sense of the question already. Then our action plan now. Write down the formula, which is this. Okay, principal amount is 6,500. Interest rate is 2.35. And the number of years is 6. And then you check whether yeah, compound interest per year. Okay, so it's not like per month or anything like that. Okay, so then use your calculator and calculate what is this value. Don't wait for me to give the answer. You should practice on your own calculator. Okay, so my answer here is 7472.0615. Okay, so what's the total interest that he got? So you take the total amount and you minus away the original principal amount and you get this answer. Okay, so 2 dp nearest cent will be 6. Okay, and you are done for this. Also 3 marks. Okay, same mark allocation. Method mark, method mark, and answer mark. See, so pattern it's the same thing that they can ask you over and over again. Okay, so there are 4 variables for you: the total amount, the principal amount, the interest rate, and the number of years. All right, so they can give you 3 variables and ask you to find one of the other, the one that is not given. Okay, so they can play around with this. Okay, and that's as much as they can go to test you all. Okay, all right, so I leave you to complete this question. Monday I will collect the notes. So what's your homework? Okay, homework is this question. Okay, number 2 is practice 3 worksheet. Okay, All this is due on Monday. All right. Monday, 30th Jan. All right. Okay, so that's all. I will see you all in school.